But, Rob, I was just looking at the NBA MVP odds. And, we're starting to get toward that time where you have to really start looking at.
Chris, we're almost in March, right?
Yeah.
Next week, which I can't believe.
Because the All-Star game isn't the midway point.
No, it's way past that. I know. It's way past that.
So, right now, Rob, he was my preseason pick. I don't remember. I think he might have been yours too. But Nikola Jokic is the leader at minus 140. So he's a sizable leader right now. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Oklahoma City's tremendous point guard, is second. Giannis is third. Luka Doncic is fourth. And I do think, like, Luka, Rob, they're surging. They've won 7 straight. If they keep playing well and winning, if he can get in like the top, certainly if he can get in the top 4, or if they can finish ahead of Denver record-wise, I think he'd have a great shot at winning it. And then fifth is Jason Tatum. But the interesting thing here, Rob, and you and I have kind of touched on this here and there. We've thrown it out, and we've gone a little deeper on it. But those perceptible listeners may have already picked it up. But the top 4 MVP candidates, Rob, are all international players.
That's crazy.
Jokic from Serbia, Shai from Canada, Giannis from Nigeria.
And Canada is a foreign country, okay?
Right.
Like when Steve
now
Nash
people
won.
they want to claim the Canadian players, but
Chris,
that's just
a foreign country,
right? Have gotten for us.
It's a foreign country. I know. Yep. Living in Detroit, Windsor, Canada, Chris is 5 minutes away. Exactly.
Right.
My apartment I had downtown when I first moved to Detroit. Oversaw, Chris, the Windsor. You could look right into Windsor from my apartment. I mean, that's how close Detroit is.
Is it
to Windsor,
Canada?
you
said 5 minutes. I don't know if that's a figure of speech,
like 15 minutes through the tunnel. 15 minutes.
There's a tunnel. Okay.
Yeah,
my brother lives on the water.
He lives he live in the ritzy part of Detroit.
St. Clair Shores.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It's a nice
over
little
there.
area.
Yeah, no,
but you
nice.
can see it across.
Right. No, Chris. It's literally like if you live downtown where I lived, it's literally 15 minutes from my apartment through the tunnel across to Windsor, Canada. Like that's how close it is. It's that close.
Yeah, it's like you said, it is close, but it is a foreign country. So we got Luka to round it out, Rob, from Slovenia, obviously.
Right.
What and Rob, when we look now, you got Jason Tatum. He's fifth and he's young. Thankfully, we got Anthony Edwards. He's young, and Anthony Edwards. We're gonna talk about him a little later. That boy is just bad.
We were all in his camp for Rookie of the Year.
And we were right.
Go back.
It's nothing against
LaMelo.
LaMelo, who is good. He just can't stay healthy.
But Chris,
and not winning. Obviously.
That year we thought he should have been the Rookie of the Year, and now look at that kid.
Yeah, he could be next, and we're gonna get into that. But so those guys it's nice to see them. You got Ja Morant. He gets his stuff straightened out.
I hope so. He's too young for it not to.
He's too young. He's too good. So there are, and Zion is starting. They're starting to win, and Zion's playing well. So there are some American players coming up, Rob. But I want to know, and look, some people may say this, and we're going to open it up to the callers, Rob. But some people may be like, look, I mean, we're lamenting the demise, if you will, of the American, superstars and the fact that the best players in the world are no longer from America. We still, I think, have the best country. You don't have one country that's going to beat our best guys. But that might be coming because, we got to send the big boys over there now, LeBron and Steph and Durant. But they're going to be retiring pretty soon. So we'll see about that. But Rob, some people might just say, look, it's the world. It's the world. Of course, the world is going to produce better players than just one country called America. Even though it's been our sport, they've been playing basketball long enough in these other places that maybe some people might just say that, right? And that might be true. Maybe that's true. I don't know. Because you're talking about Jokic, Serbia. Okay. Who else they got from Serbia? I know they got a few guys, but Lucas, Slovenia.
Right.
Who else they got?
It's not like it's 40 guys coming from over there. Right.
Exactly.
Right. There's a big difference between that.
Right. So we get that. But I do think, Rob, that I think we need to take a long, hard look in the mirror at how we're developing players. And I think that there are some things that could be changed. I think in overseas, I think that their young players are coming up in a lot more humble circumstances. I don't mean necessarily socioeconomic, although that could be a factor too. But I mean, when they're 15 and they're the best player in their country at that age, best 15-year-old in their country, they're playing on a team with grown men and not getting much playing time, practicing every day, and getting beat up and schooled by adults. So then as they age and get filled into their body, 18, 19, now they're the man. They're ready to ball. Whereas our 15-year-olds, Rob, if you that nice at 15 in America, you got millions of social media followers, and I mean millions.
Right, no doubt.
Right? Hundreds of thousands for some, but millions for others. You might have an NIL. You're getting, people treating you like a celebrity and a superstar. And obviously, if you got that many followers, you're getting paid for that. And Rob, to top it off, AAU, you're playing games. We've heard it time and time again. They might AAU, you might play
no skills, Chris, just play
games.
Over the weekend. Right.
Yes, and in other countries, they are drilling. They're running through drills, they're practicing, and our guys are just playing a lot of games and not developing those skills. They're skilled obviously in ball handling and shooting and stuff, but not drilling nearly as much as they do overseas. So I think those are factors. But the thing is, Rob, outside of the social media thing, which is a big thing, the other things are fixable. Those are fixable. I mean, it might be tough because kids are used to this stuff now, but I think those things are fixable. But where are you at on this, Rob? Because clearly, I mean, we are not producing the best players in the world anymore. And like I said, the top 4 MVP candidates kind of spells that. And if it was Embiid, if Embiid wasn't hurt, Rob, it'd be the top 5.
Right. Chris, I don't know if there is any turning back. I got to admit, I think AAU basketball has ruined the basketball that we play in this country. I told you before, I went to see LaMelo and his brother.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, I told you that, Chris.
LaMelo and LiAngelo.
I went to that game, and I remember here in Los Angeles. Lonzo was, not Lonzo.
He was at UCLA, right.
But the other two. And I thought it was atrocious. I thought it was cherry picking.
They were known for they literally cherry picked.
Cherry picked the whole game. Because then I was like, no wonder he scored 68 points or whatever it was. He don't run back. And he plays the whole game. The coach can't say anything to him. You know what I mean, Chris?
Yeah.
Terrible. That's not going to get you an MVP, okay? You'll get a lot of followers. You'll get NIL money. People go crazy. Yep. You're not going to get an MVP playing like that, and that's what we have. It's
Rob,
a shame.
For people that might think you're over-exaggerating, you're not. They were known.
Chris.
You can call up videos of LaMelo and them in high school. They literally wouldn't cross half court for most of the game.
They would just stay there and wait for you to throw the ball at them like it was their birthright. Throw me the ball. Seriously. And I'm talking about firsthand knowledge, Chris. I'm not talking about what I saw, what someone told me. I couldn't believe it. I wanted to go see them play in person for myself so I could talk about it, and I was stunned.
And you look at LaMelo, the dude is incredibly skilled. He is nice.
Right.
LaMelo is nice. 6'7", point guard, handle, great passer, can shoot fairly well. And his number, Rob, this year his numbers are 24, 8, and 5. Like, he's bad. But I think he doesn't know how to play like winning team basketball. He's just a show. He's just exciting. But when it comes down to winning team basketball, I don't think he has a clue on that. And that's what we're creating.
And that is what you're creating, and those are the guys who people are going gaga over, Chris. But then when you get into these situations about winning basketball games and doing all the other stuff, it doesn't work. And that's why and you're right. It's not like a million guys are coming from foreign countries, but the ones who are coming are awful good or awful skilled, know how to play basketball, and for the NBA to be in this situation is shocking. Seriously, Chris. Like not that foreign-born players can't win an MVP every so often or mix in.
Right.
It's just like total dominance, and you just said it. If Embiid wasn't hurt, it would be five out of 5.
Absolutely.
Now that makes no sense.
Yep. No, right. That like 5 out the top
5 out of 5.
Period.
There's nobody else.
And Rob, it's 125 international players in the league today. That's 28% of the league. I mean that's a lot, and look, it's the best players. But I wonder, is that going to keep growing? Is that going to keep growing?
It's a good question.
That it, because we've talked about it. Like yesterday, we talked about the demise of the college game among men. I don't know who among of those college players is going to be in the NBA. I know there's probably going to be a lot of draft picks from overseas, right? And then we got some of the kids from the minor leagues. But yeah, it doesn't. You might be right. I got to be honest. There is a bit of wishful thinking in what I'm saying, because you wouldn't think it's going to turn around.
I don't, because I would that someone's going to be Tim Duncan, the big fundamentals, you know what I mean, and start playing that, Chris. That doesn't get you any juice. That doesn't get you any followers. It just doesn't.
It might. I mean, and we talked about this when we talked about international play in America in the All-Star game. I mean, you wonder if will the fact that the international players are playing so well, maybe does that light a fire among some of our American players? That's what you would hope, too, that they say, hold up, this is supposed to be our game.
Right.
Like, and we're not even the best players in basketball anymore. Because I'm telling you, Rob, this to me, and then we'll go to the listeners after. You can comment quick if you want. This is the last. These upcoming Olympics, this will be the last time we can say, all right, enough. We about to send the big boys to put y'all in y'all place. This will be it, Rob.
After this, you're right. And the United States might not see a gold medal for years to come.
No, that's real. That's real.